Hello, today is Saturday, March the 17th, and this is a Sphinx Forex review for the Thursday and Friday, which would be the 15th and 16th. I'm not 100% sure on the times, but let's just pick up. This will be 2 days. You see the MACD was above the zero line over here, then it came short. 1 pip below here is your entry, 1 pip above here is your stop. You got brought in on this candle, bang, straight down. It didn't take a breather. This big move, that's well over 100 pips, so you don't want to take a new low, even though you didn't hit one. So it looks like the U.S. session, which is what I believe this is going to be on Thursday, Eastern time, New York time. You can see the MACD didn't really do anything, and it went long. With a big move, I would be very, very reluctant because it's just a small retracement, more than likely. But you did have a long signal. 1 pip above here's your entry. 1 pip below here's your stop. You got brought in here. You only got up maybe 10 pips tops, and then you had a reversal. That's why I'd be a move this substantial, I'd be very hesitant to go against it right away because we are staying with the trend, and this has definitely established a downtrend. Then we came back short again. 1 pip below here's your entry. 1 pip above here's your stop. You got brought in roughly here, and then you came down. I don't think you got 2 times your profit, but this is, this is 30 pips, so you shouldn't have taken a loss when this retracement here hit. And then Friday, I think this was leading into Friday. Then MACD reset long. Then we went short again. 1 pip below here is your entry. 1 pip above here is your stop. You got brought in here. You had a bit of a retracement. If you'd stayed in, it didn't take your stop out. However, being up this much, more than likely you would have got break even, worst case, if you didn't take your profit. And then you had 1 pip below here's your entry, 1 pip above here's your stop, and then you had another 30 pips drop on there. So that was Friday for the Euro USD. Let's look at the pound dollar. Oh wait, let me do something before I forget. Okay. Same scenario, however, the short didn't establish itself, and this is not a true short, so I'm not going to take credit, but for those of you on the aggressive side, knowing that the euro was tanking the way it did, you could have went short. 1 pip below here's your entry, 1 pip above here's your stop, no breather, straight down, bang, made your money. Then you had a clear reversal. Again, I'd be very reluctant to go long based off of a huge move like this. That's going to take it right back around. It would not have worked out again. Actually, I don't even think you made a new high, so you'd have been safe on there. Then we came back short again. For those of you aggressive, 1 pip below here's your entry, 1 pip above your stop, here's your move. Our short was not in play until technically right here. 1 pip below here's your entry, 1 pip above here's your stop. This candle brought you in, bang, huge move down, there's your money. So that's Thursday we'll consider. And then Friday, looks like the long didn't work out again. Then we came back short. 1 pip below here's your entry, 1 pip above here's your stop. Big move down, bang, there's your money. So the pound was giving you some good action as well. Did I fix it? Yes. Euro yen. Let's see, roughly in this area here, we'll pick up on Thursday. 1 pip above here's your entry, 1 pip below here's your stop. You got brought in over here, bang, here's your move. You missed that trade. 1 pip above here's your entry, 1 pip below here's your stop, there's your move, bang. Here's your third. 1 pip above here's your entry, 1 pip below here's your stop, bang. You made your move on, there was your 3, and there was your move, made your money. Friday, looks like we had a reversal. Whoa, wait. Actually, I think I went too far, y'all. 1 pip below here's your entry, 1 pip above here's your stop. You got brought in over here, there's your money. You missed that trade. Here is your second trade. 1 pip below here's your entry, 1 pip above your stop, there's your entry again. So you had 2, 1 pip below here's your entry, 1 pip above here's your stop. You got brought in here, and you didn't make too much, but it was a continuation off these previous moves. Let's see, then the long, no new high, so that didn't matter. Then we came back short again. 1 pip below here's your entry, 1 pip above here's your stop, bang, straight drop down. So there was your move on Friday for the euro yen. Shoot, I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, I did it already. Pound, dollar Swiss. which is basically the opposite of the shorts on the euro and the pound. 1 pip above here is your entry. 1 pip below here's your stop. Boom, straight move up. No new highs, so then we went, don't worry about the long again. Then we came short. Nothing really happened there. Then we came back long. 1 pip above here's your entry. 1 pip below here's your stop. Got brought in over here. You was up about 25 pips or so. Not going to take a loss on that. And then you had a little bit of a retracement slash reversal. And then the long went back again. 1 pip above here's your entry. 1 pip below here's your stop. Big move up. Bang, there's your money. So that was 2 days worth of the 4 currencies that we always look at. And so I'll come back with a possible 4-hour forecast for the week, see if we can get anything on the long term. All right, see you in a bit.